Hey guys, and welcome to Riverhaven Collects. Today we're looking at HellSpawn, and you may know we've already looked at HellSpawn 2, but this is the first one, and this one is from Series 24 of the Classic Comic Cover series. He's actually based off the first HellSpawn comic cover, so that's pretty cool. All of the spawns in this series are based off of the comic book covers. So if you have the comic, you could put the two together and they should look pretty much the same, only this is a figure, which I think is a really cool idea. I really like that. I'll put up the image of the comic book cover so that you can see what they look like. There's already some things that I've noticed about this one in particular that I don't really like, but yeah, let's open him up and explore that. Hey guys, and welcome. Here we've got the front of the box. I also failed to mention that this is from October 2003, so this October he'll be 19 years old, which is really cool. I really do like unboxing these old figures and kind of seeing what they were like a few years back. So this is just the back of the box, and I noticed something really interesting here. See what's missing? So this is HellSpawn issue 1, and they've got the hell blurred out, which I thought was really interesting. I wonder what was going on here that made them get rid of it. As you can see, they've got Spawn HSI, so HellSpawn issue and then 1. So I just thought that was really interesting. Here we've got the other spawns. I've got most of these besides that gargoyle in the middle and the knight down the bottom here. Probably not going to get that knight, just I don't really like him that much, but we'll see, might happen. So this is just the side of the box. Really like this art, how it's kind of like a drawing as well as an artwork. I really like that sort of sketchy style, really interesting. So I thought we'd just look at the front of the box again. I'm really sorry about how glary the plastic is, but I can't really do too much about that, unfortunately. I thought maybe this was going to come with the art card, but unfortunately it does not. A little disappointing, to be honest. So now we are going to open him up. I was a bit unsure about how I was going to do this because it is a clamshell packaging, so it is all completely sealed. Unlike the other ones that I've been unboxing, there's no cardboard back, so the plastic is really stuck together. As you can see, I'm trying to find something just to cut into it, but then I remembered there was a bit of damage down here, so very glad this was here. As a collector who is unboxing these and making videos out of them, I don't mind if there's a bit of damage on the box like that, not at all. But yeah, just stuck the knife in here, ran it around the edge, and it was pretty much just like the cardboard ones, so that actually worked out really well. First up, we've got the back as well as the cover, and this folds out to have some advertising in it, which I always think is really cool. I'm really glad that they do that. Yeah, so we've got the figure here. Most of it is strapped in by the wire, and for some reason I don't have my clippers again. But yeah, I definitely recommend using clippers for these and not doing this. If you don't have clippers, you can always use toenail clippers. They're pretty effective as well. And you notice here that there is a taped in bit. Something that I've noticed with McFarlane is the taped in stuff, usually nearly 100% of the time, always has it on the bottom, which is so good because you don't want that tape on your model or on the base or wherever it may be. So they always have the tape on the bottom, so it's such a little thing, but they thought about it, and I really appreciate that. Because these figures that I am unboxing are pretty old. That tape that just got cut open is almost 19 years old, so it's been on there quite a while. So I tried to get a shot of the the print on the bottom here. It's just like, you know, copyright of McFarlane 2003. Nothing too interesting. But I did really like the texture on the base, and that's something that has come over to the model. There's a lot of texture on this figure, and I really like it. It's so different to his other things while being similar. I really like that they're experimenting a bit with this one. So I've almost got him out of his box here. I'm being very careful not to accidentally clip any of the plastic. Definitely don't want to do that. And there we go, we've got our HellSpawn. And we've got his gun. So his gun is huge. I think this may be the biggest gun that has come with a Spawn figure. I could be wrong, but I believe it is. You can see it looks pretty cool. Back pretty bland, but yeah, that's alright. I'm surprised that his cape came in like pieces like this. From looking at pictures of the toy, I thought it was a one piece, but yeah. So here's the pullout that we got from the box. As you can see, it's kind of got like a mid-range of the Spawn cover, which is kind of odd. I wish they had put the whole thing on there. But here's the inside. So first up, we've got the game that was on PS2. So that was quite interesting. I haven't seen any advertising for any of the video games before, I don't think. So yeah, PlayStation, GameCube. We've got the guy that is on the horse that I don't particularly like. So we've got the gargoyle guy here, and it looks like he's like a special one, a collector's club or something. So maybe he'll be hard to find. I definitely don't see him around that often, but I seriously want him. Over here we've got something that I'd never seen before, Twisted Land of Oz. So this is actually the Wizard of Oz characters, and they've taken them and made them horror-esque. So Dorothy's interesting. She's only got her feet on show. Some of them they've got pictures of them, and then others they've got nothing. So that was quite interesting. I recommend you look these up because they're really cool. Maybe I'll get some in the future, not sure yet. So now we've got him out of the box, and we're just gonna build the cape here. As you can see, it's not got the traditional McFarlane snap together type things. This one was really weird, and I could not get it in, and I still have not got it in even after this video. It's kind of sitting in an awkward spot. The textures on the cape, however, look awesome. I'm really glad that they kind of experimented and did like this really like painted grid like texture. It's really cool, but unfortunately there were no instructions on how to put this together. This one wasn't too bad and just went in, but the other one, yeah, I still have not gotten in properly, and it should have had instructions, I feel, but yeah, I don't know. Like, we got instructions with Malbolgia too, and she did not need instructions. She had nothing that would require instructions. She didn't have to be built or anything. She was already put together figure. So yeah, I don't know why they didn't include instructions, but yeah. So here's the base, and the base looks really cool as well. Not as cool as the cape, but still pretty cool. But unfortunately, the feet do not seem to want to stick in there. As you can see, on the right leg, there is actually a point where the foot's supposed to slot into, but it wouldn't slot in there, and it seems to be covering a part near the toes where you just cannot get it in there. There's just no possible way to get it in there, unfortunately, and I guess maybe it's a design flaw, or maybe I got one that, yeah, it's just not going to work on. But yeah, it was really unfortunate. So I've almost got him all together here. He is actually missing his gun. Now, this would prove a lot more tedious than the cape and the feet, because he doesn't actually hold it in his hand properly. You can see here, so I'll show you this. So it actually moves, which is kind of cool. But that is supposed to go in his hand, and you can see that his hand is very wide, and it's not really designed to hold that piece, unfortunately. It's not really even designed to sit on his shoulder that well. So yeah, I don't know what was going on here. I understand that, you know, it's from 2003, so yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. But a year later, we got HellSpawn 2, and you can see that review up here, and you can see like just how good it is compared to this. And it's really unfortunate because this is the first comic book cover of HellSpawn that they've made into a figure. This is issue 1 of HellSpawn that they turned into a figure, and I just wish there had been a bit more care put into it. Like, I feel like McFarlane is so good usually, and this one just, yeah, just, I don't know, just wasn't working, you know? As you can see, I'm really fighting it here, and to have no instructions, yeah, I don't know if I want to complain about it all that much for the rest of the video, but I was just really disappointed in this overall figure. So after about half an hour, this is the end result. We finally have him together. He's looking alright. Unfortunately, the cape here, you can see where it snaps together, which is really unfortunate. He does look pretty good. Like, textures on the cape I absolutely love. Like, that is so cool. So I'm so glad that they did that. You can see, unfortunately, it doesn't quite fit onto his base. You can see that his toes there hit the end of the base, which is, yeah, just really unfortunate. The paint job as well isn't that great. You can see here that it's just not that good, and they used ink there on that chest piece, and yeah, I don't know what the quality control on this figure was. I can tell that they tried to go for like a very blended look, particularly on the front, to kind of match the comic book cover, but whatever's happened has just not really worked for me. If you zoom out and look at him further back, he actually looks pretty good, but I'm pretty disappointed about this paint job here. It looks like they've kind of put a blob of paint on the top here, and just, yeah, that's kind of it. And you can see on the other side it does blend a bit better, but here on the chest you can see that there's like a big spot where there should be ink, and it just hasn't happened. However, the right arm does look really cool. I like the bronze and stuff, as well as that leg. I think the base looks alright. The feet kind of have a wash over them, which doesn't look all that great, unfortunately. This side though, yeah, that looks pretty good besides that blob of paint up the top. The gun's okay. They've tried to do like a light reflecting on these parts that are assumably metal with a dry brush, and to me that just does not look good. That looks really cheap and just not good. And I do want to apologize for being very negative on this figure, but from the other things that we've gotten, they're just a lot better. And honestly, this could just be this figure in particular, not all of the figures in this line, but this one in particular, I could have just got a bad one. I don't really know, but I do want to say like how I feel about it, and unfortunately I just don't feel that good on it. So I'm going to do some final shots of him here before we compare him to the other Spawn figures. But let me know in the comments if you had this figure and if you were as disappointed as me, or if you really liked it, and if you got a better paint job or you've seen better paint jobs out there, just let me know. I'd be really interested to know about that. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with the figure comparison, and my final thoughts will be real soon. Alright guys, that has been our look at HellSpawn. Yeah, overall, unfortunately, I'm just a bit disappointed with him. I feel like there was definitely an issue with quality control. I'd really like to know if you guys have gotten this figure or you've seen this figure somewhere, if you actually have gotten a better one than this. I saw the one on the website and that one does look better. But yeah, I'm just interested in that. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate because this should have really been a great figure based off of the issue 1 HellSpawn. And unfortunately it just, for me at least, it just doesn't add up. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this look at HellSpawn, I've got a ton of other Spawn figures that I'll be unboxing very soon. Give that like button a thumbs up. And make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification, all that stuff. And if you want to check out any of my other channels, they'll be linked below. Go check out my friend's music as well. He makes some great music and I try to use it in all my videos. Anyway guys, that is all for today and I'll see you on the next one.